After the Silverstone Grand Prix, we had Pirelli testing where Danny Ric was in a Red Bull. He ended up putting times in that would have got him a front row at Silverstone, which is pretty damn fast. So of course, all the big guys back at Red Bull and Alpha Tauri were sitting there thinking, oh my God, this guy's got pace, get him in now. And then we had poor Nick De Vries, who really got the shit end of the stick. He hasn't been performing all season. Being a rookie, I think he should have had a few more races in him so he could maybe try and get a little bit comfortable in the car. But as a few people have stated, he is 28 years old. He is on the older end and there isn't many more years of development for him. So they really went in hard and gave him an ultimatum that if he didn't start performing by summer break, he would be gone. Then with Danny Ric's performance at the Pirelli Silverstone testing, poor Nick has been cut short and he's out, Danny's in the Alpha Tauri. Now my question is, yes, Danny really performed in the Red Bull, but the Red Bull is a totally different car to the Alpha Tauri. Red Bull is one of the, if not the best car on the grid at the moment. The Alpha Tauri, on the other hand, is possibly one of the worst. So is Danny going to be able to translate the same speed and driving style from the Red Bull into the Alpha Tauri, which will be very interesting to see. I guess we'll see this in Hungary next weekend. And I have a few theories. Theory one is that Red Bull are prepping Yuki to take Checo Perez's seat either in 2024 or 2025. As Alpha Tauri could really only compare performances between Nick and Yuki. Yuki's been in the sport for a few years, Nick's a rookie, you can't really compare the two. And then if you get Daniel Ricciardo coming in next to Yuki, Danny obviously has a lot more experience, he has Grand Prix wins under his belt, he knows what he's doing. Red Bull can then look at the way Yuki is driving compared to Daniel Ricciardo, and comparing Yuki next to a former Grand Prix winner will make it a lot easier for them to judge whether he could be capable of driving as the second driver at Red Bull next to Max Verstappen, and then possibly maybe be a future world champion. Okay, maybe not a few theories, this is probably really just one continuous theory. With Red Bull prepping Yuki to take Checo Perez's seat, Alpha Tauri, I think, could then possibly bring in Liam Lawson. So then we'll have Liam Lawson driving against Daniel Ricciardo, which could make for a really good team, a new rookie, and Liam Lawson seems to have quite a bit of potential. So Liam Lawson has actually won in every category he has ever debuted in. So he had Formula First, Formula Ford, Formula 4, Formula 3 Asia, and the Toyota Racing Series. So he has quite a wonderful resume. So I also think that he could end up, yes, at Alpha Tauri with Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki moving to Red Bull to replace Checo Perez. My only concern is I don't believe Daniel Ricciardo will be doing a full circle to come back to Alpha Tauri to just stay at Alpha Tauri. I also wonder, because I don't think Daniel Ricciardo will actually want to stay at Alpha Tauri. I highly doubt he wants to stay in a car that is just shocking. It is horrible. It is the worst car on the grid. So my question is what Danny's motives are. Does he want to then take Checo's seat, which could also be a possibility? I also then couldn't see Alpha Tauri wanting to bring in a new rookie after the way Nick has performed. So I don't see that they would keep Yuki at Alpha Tauri and then bring in Liam Lawson and then put Daniel Ricciardo to Red Bull. Now let's just quickly touch on the fact that this is a mid-season swap. So Red Bull are known to be pretty brutal in their contracts. I would love to see their performance clause, and they do tend to swap drivers in and out if they're not performing well enough. But mid-season swaps would make it so difficult for the drivers to actually get comfortable, settle into the car, settle into the driving style, settle into the team. So it really baffles me that mid-season swaps happen. Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but Franz Tost did state it can take rookies multiple years to get used to driving in a Formula One car. One other thing to note is that Alpha Tauri is not going to be named Alpha Tauri next year. Helmut Marko came out and stated that he is not telling anyone what it is called as of yet, but I do wonder if this is a big marketing move for Alpha Tauri bringing in Daniel Ricciardo, as he does have such a big name with his label Enchant.
Enchanté.
I wonder how Daniel Ricciardo's line Enchanté will possibly help Alpha Tauri and the brand. I mean, who knows? They might actually be renaming, imagine this, they're actually renaming Alpha Tauri to Enchanté.
Enchanté.
I'm about it. I think that would be fantastic. Imagine, oh my God, imagine the graphics on the car. That would be so much fun. It'd be such like a young, fresh feel. So I think it'd be really interesting to watch Danny in Hungary, see how he performs in the Alpha Tauri, and if he can possibly get into points, because I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. It is very much do or die at this point. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first YouTube Formula One chat. I will definitely be back for more. I will be bringing them to you as often as I possibly can. And, like, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys soon.